Are you a teacher here at Forks High School?
Yes, I teach math here.
Do you know the conditions of the old school?
Yeah, I do.
Would you like to explain it all?
Well, I'd just like to send, it's a great building, but it's been updated as much as it can be, and it's, you know, things like the wiring for computers and stuff just isn't there yet. The cost of renovating it is astronomical.
Did you know that the maintenance to keep the old school in a workable environment will outweigh the price of getting a new school?
Yes, I did.
Did you know that the government is giving us $7 million to build a new school, and if we don't build a school this time around, we'll lose this credit?
I do, and it's really sad that we would lose it, so we really need to take advantage of the opportunity.
So you understand this is the last chance to build a new school?
I do, and I would love to see the bond passed so we can build a new school.
We're here to interview you about the vote to get a new school, and I have a few questions. How do you feel, or do you know the conditions of the old school?
The conditions of portions of the old school have outlived their life expectancy. For example, in the 1925 building, it was built for the 20th century, and it's clear that we're in the 21st century. Some of the problems that we have are inadequate electrical unit, it's not ADA compliant, and actually the 1925 portion of the building was taken offline in 2000, and the school district may no longer use it for teaching and instructional purposes during the school day.
How do you feel about the condemned high school?
Okay, so a lot of people are referring to the 1925 building as being condemned, and it was actually taken offline by the state when we built phase 1 of the new addition. We had to exchange square footage, and so we can no longer use that ever again for teaching and learning. There are portions of the structural condition that are unsafe. There's asbestos in the building. The electrical units are insufficient for today's computers, and we have all kinds of issues, so we're hoping to build a new building.
What is your opinion on getting a new high school?
This is so crucial, not only for our kids deserve the very, very best so that they can get a good education, but it's also crucial for the community, the Forks community and the greater areas like Beaver, all of our communities surrounding Forks. It's important for our economy. When people want to move to a community, the first thing they look at is the schools, and then the second thing they look at is our hospitals. So it's very important that we have good schools.
Did you know that the maintenance to keep up the old school in a workable environment will outweigh the price of getting a new school?
Absolutely. When we build the new school and complete, Forks High School will have a warm, safe, dry, unified campus. It will be much easier to maintain. It will be cheaper for the taxpayers, more efficient with energy, and will lower our operating costs.
Did you know that the government is giving us $7 million to build a new school, and if we don't build the school this time around, we'll lose the credit from the government?
The best part about building a new building right now is that the state has guaranteed we have $7 million. The cost of the building is approximately $18.5 million. And so if you do the math, the government, the state, is paying for 37% of the building. And this will in a short time, it will go away. After legislative session, we will no longer have the opportunity for $7 million. So it is a real plus savings for the community of Forks.
Did you know that this is our last chance to build a new high school?
This is actually our last chance to receive the $7 million. That will be a real cost savings to Forks. The Board of Trustees and myself, we are committed to making sure that we get a warm, dry, safe, unified campus for our high school students. So we will keep trying, but the problem is it will cost more to the taxpayers if we do not do it now. It is absolutely vital that we get the building for our kids.
That is all. Thank you.
We're here today to interview about the school bond.
Yes.
And do you know the conditions of the old school?
Yes.
Would you like to explain more about them?
Well, the conditions of the original 1925 building, it's just that. It's a 1925 building. It's closer in on that century mark, and it is not entirely meeting the needs of our students right now. Technology-wise, we're not
Conditions of the old school.
Yes.
Would you like to explain them a little bit for us?
Well, the conditions are there's no heat.
Okay. What is your opinion on getting a new high school?
I like the idea.
Okay.
I think it'll benefit both the students, the staff, and the community.
Okay. Did you know that the maintenance to keep the old school in a workable environment will outweigh the price of getting a new school?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that the government is giving us $7 million to build a new school, and if we don't build the school this time around, we'll lose this credit from the government?
Yes.
And you understand that this is our last chance to build a new high school?
I do.
Thank you for your time.
And I want
Forks High School? Yeah. You are, okay. You know the conditions of the old school?
Shitty.
Okay. How do you feel about the condemned high school?
They need to get changed.
Would you like to be more specific on that?
It's messy and they need to build a new one, like take it down, because asbestos can cause cancer and that's bad for our health.
What is your opinion on getting a new high school?
We should get it. It's really necessary for us.
Did you know that the maintenance to keep the old school in a workable environment will outweigh the price of getting a school?
I didn't know that.
Amazing, isn't it? Did you know that the government is giving us $7 million to build a new school? If we don't build the school this time around, we'll lose this credit from the government.
I didn't know that either.
Did you know that this is our last chance to build a new high school?
I kind of figured.
Yeah, I am.
Do you know the conditions of the old school?
Yeah.
Would you like to be a little more specific?
Well, our old school is pretty terrible. We had the back half all cut off. We can't even go up there anymore. And the lower half, the girls' bathroom, the warm water doesn't work. And you have to kick the sink to get the water to go up. Good for the kids.
Did you know that the maintenance to keep the old school in a workable environment will outweigh the price of getting a new school?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you learn something new every day, don't you?
Yeah. Vote yes for the school bond.
Yeah, we're
It's
not
good
done.
for the kids.
We're not done, you know.
I'll say it again.
Did you know that the government is giving us $7 million to build a new school, and if we don't build the school this time around, we'll lose this credit from the government?
Yeah, I did, and I think that we should have said yes the first time because that way we could already have it. We could already be like getting the plans ready for the new school and everything. And there's no point in getting like passing up the chance to get $7 million when we're gonna have to pay for it anyways.
Did you know this is our last chance to build a new high school?
Yeah, I did,
Okay.
and I think that we should be able to get a new high school. So vote yes for the bond. It's good.
Water doesn't leak through the door and get into our lockers. Last time there was a major storm, the water flooded those lockers and all the students' stuff was in there. Got soaking wet.
The outside of the school.
Looks like it's gonna cave in. It's not even a brick there anymore. Broken garbage.
Oh, look at all that mold.
That's sick.
That is pretty gross. Did it like rot the pipe or something?
I don't know, I bet if you kicked it, it'd fall over.
Pretty sick.